Can you hear?
Mhm.
Yes, good morning, Las Vegas. This is Donald Marquez, your host of Your Insurance Connection, and happy Tuesday, and welcome to my show. I am so excited today because last week we had our life insurance seminar, and it was a surprise to me, but Mr. Craig Knight showed up at the seminar.
Why were you surprised?
I was just overwhelmed because I was excited about the seminar in the first place,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And all of a sudden, the room is full of people,
Yes.
and you showed up.
Yeah.
That's just like putting icing on the cake. That's like the president of, well, not our president, but
Thank you.
that's the president
44.
of 44 showing up. it felt like that. I was
Thank
you just really christened it. It was the beginning. You brought it up that we should even have seminars.
Yes.
We talked about this on my show about 4 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I had the seminar at the Pearson Center.
Yes.
And it was a great turnout. I want to thank everyone that attended the seminar, and they learned a lot of information.
Yes. And I have to agree with you. It was amazing to see the questions hear the questions rather, and to see how much unknowledgeable people were about insurance, and you was able to bless them with so much knowledge and answer questions. It was a life-changing moment, I think, for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. And then when they came in, some of them brought their life insurance policies in with them because we encouraged them to bring their life insurance policies in with them. And they were so kind to share their life insurance policy with the audience.
Yes.
So we don't like to pick apart what you have.
Right.
We just let you know what you have.
Right.
And you make the final decision. Do you want to keep it, or do you want to modify it? Or do you want to get something different altogether?
Right.
So this is what I do. I review your current life insurance policies to make sure you have the right insurance policy, because a lot of times we buy life insurance.
Yes.
And we do buy life insurance, but we buy the wrong product.
Right. And I like the way you made it clear that you guys, custom tailor make the life insurance policy based on people's needs and situations, and a lot of people didn't know that.
Right.
They think it's a one size fit all, and that's not the case at all.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for just even bringing it up. I mean, it was, when you said it, we need to do something about this because you lost one of your family members here at 88.1.
Yes.
And then you guys had to raise funds
Yes.
for her, and and it was heartfelt.
Right.
The energy was in the room, and I'm gonna continue to do this because what you did, you launched something now that's special to me and is dear to me.
Yes.
Because it transcends through the community. Mm-hmm. It's let our family members know in the Las Vegas area that we do care here at 88.1.
Absolutely.
And they need to be educated. Our family members need to be educated on their current life insurance.
Absolutely.
It is so important. It is so important for them to have the right life insurance that'll carry them through the rest of their life.
Absolutely. And most importantly, I know people have a certain way they feel about life insurance, and they don't want to think about that day, you know what I mean? But the reality is, time flies.
It does.
10 years, 20 years, it goes so fast, just like that. Or accidents happen,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And you want to be prepared, because there's nothing like going through a mourning period, and then you looking at this mountain of debt, and you facing this pressure of having to raise funds just to have a service. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying, if nothing else, at least get burial insurance.
Yes. Well,
Nothing else.
along with that, and I tell them this, okay, we have enough to bury you. Okay, we got that. Okay, what if you own a home?
Mhm.
We have to, someone has to come in and pay that mortgage,
Right.
for the next few months or
Right.
6 months while that home is being sold.
Right.
They have to move the furniture out of the house.
Right.
So these are other expenses.
That's
The
right.
repass costs money.
That's
So what we do here at Your Insurance Connection, we make sure you have enough insurance to cover all those final expenses.
Right. Because it's unhealthy to be facing that kind of stuff, and you trying to, come to grips that you lost a loved one.
Right.
And
You don't have time to grieve.
Right,
Because
exactly.
You don't have time to grieve because if a person doesn't have anything,
Right.
they're passing on at least $22,000 to $25,000 worth of debt to the next generation,
Right.
or to their relatives. $15,000 on average to bury a person today. All right,
Right.
15,000. That's the minimum. plus other expenses I just mentioned.
Right.
The mortgage still has to be paid. The furniture has to be moved out. The repairs cost money because we like to eat and drink and and talk about so so and so was a good person, but all that is added expenses on to somebody.
Yes.
Somebody. So it's easy to put a person in $20,000 in debt with no problem at all.
Right. And you hit the key word, grieving. And it's therapeutic and healthier to grieve and mourn when everything is taken care of.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It is.
And it's and the other way around, when it's not taken care of, you pushing off grieving and mourning because you facing these situations and the crisis, and then on top of that, you stressing yourself out, and then it's unhealthy to yourself.
It is unhealthy.
And next thing you know, they're gonna be it's gonna be your turn, because of what you're doing,
But, and sometimes too, people that I've talked to, they even went to the seminar. Because I called everyone, right?
Yes.
And I got a couple. Well, not right now, but we're gonna got some things to do. And the worst thing we could do is procrastinate.
Yeah.
Because we've been procrastinating all our life. Let's get this taken care of. Let's get it done. Yeah. Mr. Craig Knight, General Manager of KCEP, he encouraged me to put on a seminar. If you're just tuning in, this is what we're talking about. He encouraged me to put on a seminar 4 weeks ago right here on my show. We did the seminar last week at the Pearson Community Center, and it was a success.
It was.
And we plan to do more seminars talk about final expense life insurance. And if you have a life insurance policy, you want us to review it, Kimberly's standing by to take your name and phone number. The phone number 702-236-2624, 702-236-2624.
If I may just add too, I like the way you had light snacks there.
Yeah, light snacks.
Fruit and, stuff like that. And that was great. I wasn't expecting that, but I think that was a good look. And, you need to add that to your promotion because, when people know, like some snacks and available and all of that.
We're not going to have any, heavy meals.
No,
we don't want anybody going to sleep on us,
No, right, exactly, yeah. You don't want the itis. So you have, pineapples and stuff like that. And
we had cupcakes, we had cookies, sugar to keep them up, and some water.
Snacks.
Yeah, some sugar snacks, because we wanted everybody to stay up and motivated. But I'm gonna tell you something: the energy in the room, it was really heartfelt.
It was.
A lot of great questions. A lot of people were just engaged in the conversation.
Absolutely, and I love the way a lot of people shared their testimonies. Whether it was bad or good.
Right.
I thought that was great because sometimes. We get caught up in our own bubble, in our own world, and don't realize that this is, what you're going through is nothing unique or unusual. There are a lot of people going through that, and if we can connect with people, that's where great ideas come because now we're having the same cause of coming with a solution to everybody's problem that everybody can identify with and relate to,
And everybody's an individual, just like you said before.
Yeah.
One size does not fit all.
That's right.
What we do at Your Insurance Connection, I sit down with you, and I'm gonna make sure this is the right policy for you. I mean, I reviewed a lot of policies, and a lot of policies are limited to a certain age. A lot of insurance policies expire at age 80. And this is when a person really needs a life insurance.
Yes.
Really needs a life insurance in place. So if you have a life insurance policy out there, you don't know exactly what you have in it. It doesn't cost you anything to pick up the phone, give me a call. Kimberly's standing by right now, 702-236-2624, 702-236-2624. Let's book an appointment. Let's come in. Let's talk about your life insurance policy. And if you don't have a life insurance policy, I hope this conversation encourages you to give us a call.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because the worst thing we could do as a family member, right, not do anything at all. And when that unfortunate day comes, it's going to be very painful and very hurtful. You don't have time to grieve because just as we're talking about, you have to worry about the stressful financial responsibility of this. And if you don't want to cremate a loved one, and that's the only result is cremating a loved one. You have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Right. I like to some of the education that you had. There were some things I didn't know. And people had questions about, well, what if I want this, but the person that's over it decides to do this? And that was a good point that you made. That there are ways you can, get around that to where the person that's left in charge must do what you
Right.
suggested.
So that comes in with what we call the wish list.
The wish list.
The
right?
wish list. So the wish list means that this is how I want to be laid to rest.
Right.
I want to wear a blue suit, blue shoes, blue hat, whatever you want to do on a certain day or in a certain city.
Right.
So it's up to the beneficiary to fulfill the deceased request.
Right.
Now, if your beneficiary is still with you, that's great, and you need to sit down with your beneficiary and have this conversation.
Right.
It's really, really important because some people may not want to be cremated.
Right.
Or some people want to be cremated and the family member don't want to have them cremated.
Right. They want to do
They want to do a full service, and if mother or dad wants to be cremated and that's their wishes, give them what they want.
Right,
give them what they want. But I understand you still have to live with that. But this is what they want.
It's about what they want, and I think that's very important. You know what I mean? And also for those who are, have children and everything, just look at it like this: if you lay it out and everyone has a understanding and on the same page, then you won't have that bickering and arguing. No,
Yes.
they would have wanted this. Oh no, I'm telling you, I've been. Mama was I was her favorite, so I know. You don't have to go through all that. The grieving is enough, but then the arguing and then the facing this and that. So to have, like, my wife and I, we pretty much have ours in place. And I tell you, it's a peace of mind living every day knowing that everything is in place and we don't have to worry about it. Everyone understands who's the beneficiary, who's second in charge.
Right.
That whole thing.
Right.
And it gives you a peace of mind in the rest of your days instead of stressing and worrying that the right thing is going to happen.
Well, when a person loses a main family member, a mother or father, or a sister or brother, it usually brings families either closer together or further apart.
That's true.
I mean, it really does. But when it's seamless and everything is laid down, written down, family members talk about it. Please, I encourage all family members to sit down with their loved ones and talk about this. This is an important conversation to have with your loved ones, because if we don't, everybody gets caught up in the mix. Everybody gets caught up in the mix what they want, what mama would have wanted, or what daddy would have wanted.
Right.
And it's an argument, it's an in family fight that never ends. I mean, from the time, and people want peace when that happens.
Absolutely.
Within our culture, again, we buy life insurance. A lot of times we buy the wrong policies.
Yes.
We buy the wrong policies. And for your beneficiary to find out, well, you know what? Mom and dad had accidental only life insurance. Accidental only life insurance. And I talk about this on every show because we're bombarded by way of mail to get the wrong life insurance. Accidental only life insurance. Alice Trebek. I talked about him too.
I know, that's why I got it from.
See, you said it. I didn't say his name. You said his name. I didn't say his name. But that policy with that company, I should say, United Insurance, in most cases, you're not insured for the first 2 years. Wow. And a lot of people can qualify for life insurance, and they have 8 units where you think you're getting $8,000 worth of insurance, but in reality, you're only getting about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of insurance because we concentrate too much on how much it costs.
Right.
I understand that's important, but you got to understand the product too as well.
Right.
For more information, please give me a call at 702-236-2624, 702-236-2624. My name is Donald Marquez, and I want to thank you, Mr. Knight, for coming in and even bringing this seminar, life insurance seminar up to me, because it just sparked a light in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, this is doable.
It is.
Just let's get it done.
Yep.
And I'm doing it, and I'm so happy that you brought it up.
Yes, sir.
And I'll continue. I may have to call it Craig Knight's Life Insurance Final Expense Review.
I'm honored, but you don't have to do that. You can say KCP.
KCP, okay.
I leave a legacy with KCP.
Okay, we leave a legacy with KCP. Yes. Does so much for our community.
Yes, sir.
And this is another reason why we need to donate to our radio station.
Yeah.
Keep although the fundraiser, is it over?
No, it's still going on until the 31st.
To the 31st, okay. This is another reason why we need to donate to the station.
Yeah.
So much valuable information.
Absolutely.
Every single day, we know this is our baby. We need to keep our baby fed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your show. I appreciate everything you're doing for the community.
Thank you.
And please continue to do the great work that you do.
I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me today.
You're welcome.
All right. That's Mr. Craig Knight. We just want to give him a round of applause if we can. Over there. Thank you so much for coming in and being a part of my show, Your Insurance